everybody. Today it is freezing in North Carolina. I don't know, probably relative to other people I shouldn't be complaining, but it's really cold. And I decided I needed to do another video because I haven't given you anything since I did the washing video, and that was, I think, last week. So I'm kind of slipping behind, and I thought it's time to do a review of my very favorite cloth pad maker. Now, keep in mind when I tell you that I love these and that they're wonderful, other than the service that I talk about and how wonderful it is to work with this particular maker, these pads might not be your favorite because, like I've said in as many videos as I could find a way to say it, all of these things are about personal preference and, you know, the kind of underwear that you like to use and, you know, all kinds of different factors. So you may not find these to be your favorite. So if you've never purchased from this shop, I highly recommend that you start with buying one or two. And then if you love them as much as I do, go crazy. Because it's Christmas. It's December of 2014 when I'm making this video. It's Christmas time, and you know, it's an excellent time to be spending more than you maybe should on cloth pads that you want. Anyway, so the store I'm going to talk to you about is Annybell's Essentials, and it is a shop on Etsy, and of course all of the contact information is going to be down below. The first thing I want to do is tell you that my very favorite pad, which I have featured in other videos, is this lovely Eeyore pad. And it was this Winnie the Pooh print that was the reason that I first purchased from Annybell's. I was scrolling through on Etsy. I had been sewing my own pads for a very long time and decided that I wanted to try some that someone else had made to see if I liked them better and what kind of materials they were using. And so I was just scrolling around on Etsy and I saw this. And I had to have it. So I went and I bought this pad, and then when I got it, I realized that I liked it more than I liked the ones I was making for myself. And so I purchased more from her. And I have now purchased about 15 pads in total because I started off wearing a 9-inch size and then I've graduated to the 10-inch size and gave all my 9-inch ones to my daughter. Anyway, Annybell's Essentials is run by a lovely woman named Heather, and her husband works the business with her. And they run the shop from their home, if I'm not mistaken, out of West Virginia. There are several things that I like about Heather's shop. First of all, the quality of Annybell's Essentials pads is just really, really good. Her sewing is consistently fabulous, and I'm going to just show you some of the ones that I have. This one here, I'm going to show you all of her pads have about this length of a hem. Now this pad has been washed several times, so when you get them brand new, this is flatter. I tumble dry mine. If you were to air dry them, they might look a little bit different after multiple washings, but I love this because it's like a little channel around the edge of the pad. And I don't know, for people who don't sew, you may not know how difficult it is to sew around a curved object like this with absolute precision every time, but her pads are all perfect. And then the cores are sewn to the top layer with this wavy stitch on all of the pads that I've purchased from her. She backs her pads in anti-pill fleece, and the cores of all of her pads that I'm aware of are made of organic bamboo fleece, which is extremely absorbent. I've never leaked using one of hers. I mean, they would leak if you left them on longer than you should, I'm sure, because there's no pool layer in these, but I've never had a problem with them, with that at all. So there's one. She does a lot of prints with cotton. This is just quilter's cotton. It's 100% cotton fabric. She also does pads with bamboo velour, which I'm coming to find that I like as my fuzzy topper fabric because I have a bit of a skin reaction to minky. Minky is another one that she does. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? Minky is this really soft, ridiculously fleecy feeling fabric that you can get on blankets and throws and stuff, and it's made out of 100% polyester. And she has some beautiful minky prints that she uses. This is a 10-inch heavy / overnight, I think. and it's really pretty slim for being one that's that heavy duty, if you can see that. So all of her pads are perfectly slender, and the regular moderates, when you put those on, you don't even feel them. They're so comfortable though. Let's see, what else can we say about Annybell's? One of the things that I find really enjoyable about Annybell's is that her prices are very, very reasonable. Her pads run from the $7 to $10 range as opposed to running from the $9 to $15 range, which is what I found in every other shop that has sewing of this quality. I'm going to show you a few more that I have, because why not? I have about 15 of them. So this cute little pattern, she's got this one currently. This is one that's currently on her in her store that you can get pads made from. And then this one, I love mail and I love postmarks, and she happened to have this, and I ordered this custom, this peacock fabric, because my daughter loves it. Here's one that I really like that's got these, they look like dogwood blooms, don't they? Isn't that gorgeous? She still has this fabric too. This is a Christmassy one that I got with the little snowman. I thought that was adorable. So anyway, one thing other than just showing off the prints that she has, it's that, see how consistently perfect the stitching is, okay? There's no, you know, you're not going to get one that's wonky or that's lumpy. They're all sewn extremely well. And if she makes even the tiniest mistake sewing a pad, she will call it a second quality and charge less for it. I've seen her put pads on her website as a second that anybody else would have sold as a first quality, but she knows there's a mistake in the sewing, and so she won't sell it to her customers as a first quality pad, which I admire. I'm kind of a perfectionist myself. But yeah, so the stitching is always gorgeous. It's comparable to Yurtcraft, which is the more famous one. You know, everybody talks about Yurtcraft pads, and you see so many reviews for Yurtcraft, and I've purchased quite a few Yurtcraft pads. But Yurtcraft pads are more expensive, and that's not because Yurtcraft charges too much. It's because Yurtcraft uses different fabrics and such that are more expensive and whatnot. But you can get Annybell's, which is, they are functionally and visually just as nice, and they're several dollars cheaper per pad. Not to mention the fact that Heather is just a lovely, lovely person. When you do custom orders with her, you know, if you see a pad on her site that you like, but it's not the right absorbency that you wanted, or it's not a length that you wear, you send her a message and she will make you one, and she will make sure that she understands exactly what you want. When you receive a package from Annybell's Essentials, they're always wrapped really well. They come tied in a ribbon, or they come wrapped in tissue paper. She'll give you a business card and care instructions. And she always puts something in the package for you, like a tea bag of, you know, chamomile tea, or she'll put in... I don't know, sometimes she'll put in like a pad wrapper. If you've made a big order, she'll give you a cloth pad wrapper, you know, just as a little thank you for shopping with her kind of gift. There's always a handwritten message on the invoice, and the invoicing that she sends you is complete so that you can see the entire order and confirm that it's what you did. And then the other thing about her service is that she has a tremendously fast turnaround time, even on custom orders. I've made custom orders with Heather where I asked her to make 5 pads for me, none of which were already made in her store. Patterns that I saw that I wanted, and she just didn't have one in the size or the absorbency I wanted. And I would receive those pads in the mail 4 days after I placed the order. There was one that was just absolutely incredible. I made the order on Tuesday night at like midnight, and I got the pads on, I want to say, yeah, I got them on Friday. So she didn't even get the order until Wednesday morning when she got up. And by Friday, I had the pads in the mail. And I think that one was an order for 3 of them, I want to say. I don't recall exactly. But her shipping turnaround is consistently quick like that. You're not going to wait 2 weeks to get your pads. You're not going to wait a month to get your pads, which is the problem that I've had with some of them. And I understand that these things are handmade, and when a seller on Etsy tells you right there on the front page that it's going to be weeks before you receive your pad, that's fine, because then at least, you know, when you buy them, you know ahead of time what's coming. But I really kind of resent it when I make an order and there was no notification that it was going to take forever, and it takes a month to get the pads, and that has happened to me. So, but that never happens with Annybell's. She's my favorite, honestly, because she makes Winnie the Pooh pads. Hello. I think I've purchased 4, I want to say, Winnie the Pooh pads from her. One has Winnie the Pooh and Tigger on it, and one has Eeyore. And then there's the Eeyore pad that was 9 inches that I gave to my daughter. And I've got this cute little panty liner from her. How adorable is that? Obviously I like Winnie the Pooh. Eeyore is my favorite. So she was my favorite because I started with her. And everything I've gotten from her has been an amazing quality. Some of her pads I've washed probably 20 times because I use them both during my cycle and off cycle. I look forward to them. You know, I kind of have them in a rotation. And I've washed several of them at least 10 times, sometimes probably 20. And all of them still look pretty brand spanking new. The only thing that happens is that they no longer lay flat, but if I took an iron to them, they would. On these little seam edges here. See, but honestly I don't want them to, because like I said, it provides this channeling kind of thing. They're super soft. The fabrics that she uses don't fade. Staining has never been a problem, so I mean, it's not like she's using some kind of strange weird mix of fabrics. And I guess the final thing I should tell you about Annybell's is what you can get from her. She sells panty liners and pads all the way up to, I want to say, like a 13-14 inch overnight pad. And if you asked her to make one in a different size, I bet she would work with you on that. She has the quilter's cotton toppers, she has minky toppers, she has flannel toppers, and the bamboo velour. So there's lots of choices there. And I think that's about it. I love them. Obviously, I'm addicted to them. Pretty much every pay cycle, I go and I buy more Annybell's Essentials. I can't say enough nice things. They are every bit as good as the more expensive pads out there, and they're just not as expensive. Somehow she's found a way to make really good quality stuff with consistently perfect stitching and outstanding service without charging as much as the others. So I've babbled about Heather's shop for long enough now. All the information is down below, and I highly recommend that you give her a try. My absolute favorite, hands down. Thanks very much, and I will see you again later. Bye.